people around you can be your biggest strength or your greatest obstacle. Not everyone who says they support you truly wants to see you win. Some are just watching, waiting, silently hoping you fall short. They won't say it outright. They'll smile, they'll nod, they'll even say, "I'm happy for you." But deep down, they're uncomfortable with your growth. How many of your so-called supporters are actually just waiting to see you fail? This is what I call the silent opposition. They don't need to attack you openly. Their doubt alone is enough to plant hesitation in your mind. They'll say things like, "Are you sure this is a good idea?" Or, "I just don't want you to be disappointed." It sounds like concern, but it's really disguised negativity. Their hesitation becomes your hesitation. Their doubt seeps into your confidence, and slowly, without even realizing it, you start questioning yourself. But here's the truth. Real support doesn't come with a hidden agenda. Real support doesn't make you second guess your own potential. So ask yourself, are the people around you truly rooting for you, or are they just waiting for you to prove them wrong? They don't need to say, "You can't do it." They just need to plant the seed. A subtle look of doubt. A question that makes you hesitate. A half-hearted "that's cool" when you share your excitement. These are the signs of hidden doubters. They don't stand in your way directly, but they slow you down just enough to keep you from moving forward. Think back. Have you ever been subtly discouraged by someone close to you? It's the friend who never asks about your progress. The relative who changes the subject when you talk about your goals. The coworker who gives you a forced smile when you talk about your next move. They aren't stopping you, but they aren't supporting you either. And that's just as dangerous. The most deceptive form of doubt comes wrapped in concern. Are you sure about this? Sounds innocent, but it's often a mask for disbelief. "I just don't want you to get hurt." It's sometimes a way of saying, "I don't believe you can handle failure." Their words may be subtle, but their impact is powerful. Recognizing this disguised negativity isn't about cutting people off. It's about seeing them for what they are. Because once you know who truly believes in you and who secretly doesn't, you'll stop looking for validation in the wrong places. Doubt can break you or it can build you. The choice is yours. Let them question you, let them whisper, let them raise their eyebrows. Then use every ounce of their doubt as fuel. Because here's the secret. Doubt is just gasoline for your fire. Burn brighter. Every great success story has a chapter where people said it won't work. And every winner took that doubt, flipped it, and turned it into motivation. The greatest revenge isn't proving them wrong. It's proving yourself right. So let them doubt. Then show them why they were wrong to ever question you. You assume that everyone in your circle wants the best for you. You believe that because they smile, because they say, "I'm proud of you," that they mean it. But let's strip away the illusion. Not everyone standing next to you is truly in your corner. Think about your circle. Who claps when you win? Who stays silent? There are people in your life who will celebrate you just enough. They'll give you just enough support to keep you close, but never enough to push you forward. Why? Because your growth threatens their comfort. Your ambition reminds them of everything they've ignored in themselves. Loyalty isn't proven when the spotlight is on you. It's proven in the silence when no one is watching. Who speaks highly of you when you're not in the room? Who defends you when you're not there to hear it? That's real support. The difference between genuine encouragement and performative support is simple. Real supporters push you forward even when it's inconvenient for them. Fake ones clap just loud enough to blend in. The truth is, some people in your life don't actually want to see you fail, but they also don't want to see you win bigger than them. That's a dangerous place to be, because as long as you stay at a level they're comfortable with, they'll keep you close. But the moment you rise, their silence will tell you everything you need to know. The people who slow you down don't always stand in your way. Sometimes they walk right beside you. They smile, they nod, they say, "I'm happy for you," but their words don't match their energy. Fake supporters don't block your path. They don't tell you to quit. Instead, they hold you back in ways so subtle you don't even notice until it's too late. It's the lukewarm response when you share good news, the forced smile when you take a step forward, the backhanded compliment disguised as encouragement. "Wow, I didn't expect you to pull that off." They cheer just enough to keep you around, but never enough to see you rise. And here's the most dangerous part. If you're not careful, you'll start shrinking to fit their comfort. You'll start second-guessing yourself, holding back, dimming your own light just to avoid making them uncomfortable. If you rely on their approval, you'll starve for validation. But if you use their doubt as fuel, you'll never run out of energy. So recognize the difference. The people who truly want to see you win will push you higher, even if it means you surpass them. The ones who don't, they'll keep you just close enough to make sure you never do. They don't believe in you. They never did. And that's okay. Some people will never see your potential, no matter how hard you work. They will never acknowledge your progress, no matter how far you've come. And that has nothing to do with you. The mistake isn't that they doubted you. The mistake is thinking their belief was ever necessary in the first place. Stop waiting for their approval. It will never come. Go build without it. You don't need their validation. You don't need their support. You don't need them to see what you see, because vision is personal. It was given to you, not them. They won't understand it until they have no choice but to respect it. And by then, their belief won't matter, because you will have already won. So let them doubt, let them whisper, let them overlook you, because when you stop needing their belief, you become unstoppable. Doubt isn't a wall. It's a slingshot. Use it to launch yourself forward. Let them underestimate you. Let them laugh. Let them assume you won't make it. And then, make them regret it. The best response to doubt isn't words, it's results. Success is the loudest statement you will ever make. So stop explaining, stop justifying, stop trying to convince them. Prove it with action. Let them doubt, then leave them speechless. Not everyone wants you to win, and it's not always because they hate you. Sometimes it's because your success reminds them of their own stagnation. Have you ever noticed how some people suddenly disappear when you start succeeding? They were there when you struggled. They listened when you complained. They stayed close when you doubted yourself, but the moment you start rising, they pull away. Why? Because when you win, it forces them to face their own choices. It reminds them of every opportunity they didn't take, every risk they avoided, every excuse they made. And that's uncomfortable. They're like shadows. They only show up when the light isn't shining on you. It's not always jealousy. Sometimes it's just fear. Fear that if you break free, they'll have to confront why they never did. Fear that if you prove it's possible, they'll lose the comfort of their own limitations. So don't be angry. Don't chase after their support. Don't waste time trying to bring them with you. Just keep climbing. Because at the top, the only people left will be the ones who were never afraid to see you win. Not all doubters are obvious. Some won't criticize you directly. They won't tell you to quit. Instead, they'll leave small clues. Subtle red flags that expose their hidden doubt. If someone only shows up when you're struggling but goes quiet when you succeed, take note. Real support is consistent. Fake support is conditional. Watch for the lack of enthusiasm. When you share good news, do they celebrate with you or do they change the subject? A real supporter feels your win as if it's their own. A fake one tolerates it but never truly embraces it. Listen to their words. Do they disguise discouragement as concern? Are you sure you're ready for that? That seems risky. I just don't want you to be disappointed. These aren't words of protection. They're reflections of their own doubt projected onto you. Pay attention to their energy. A passive-aggressive comment here, a forced smile there. These small moments add up. Fake supporters never attack you directly. They plant seeds of hesitation, hoping they'll take root. And then there's avoidance. Some won't criticize you or make backhanded comments. They'll just disappear. They'll stop calling, stop asking about your progress, stop including you. Not because they hate you, but because your success makes them uncomfortable. Recognizing these patterns isn't about paranoia, it's about clarity. When you see the truth, you stop second-guessing yourself. And when you stop second-guessing, you start winning. Success doesn't just change your life, it changes the people around you. In the beginning, the energy is different. You're struggling and they're there. They listen, they support, they seem happy for you, but then something shifts. You start leveling up, your work pays off, you gain confidence, and suddenly their energy changes. They become distant, less available, less excited. Conversations feel different. They once cheered for you, but now they barely acknowledge your wins. Why? Because your growth forces them to reflect on their own stagnation. Some can't handle that mirror. This is why it's important to pay attention. Who was there before you had anything? Who's still here now? The people who truly support you won't disappear when you succeed. They won't withdraw when you rise. They won't make you feel guilty for wanting more. So don't be blind to the energy shift. It's not random, it's revealing. Protect your energy. If they can't celebrate you, they don't deserve access to you. You don't need a confrontation. You don't need to explain yourself. Just start setting boundaries. Distance yourself. Focus on the people who genuinely uplift you, not the ones who secretly hope you'll slow down. Cutting off dead weight isn't lost. It's making room for real growth. And once you remove those silent doubters, you'll notice something. Success feels lighter when you're not carrying people who don't want to see you win. Betrayal doesn't always come in the form of lies or broken promises. Sometimes it comes in silence, in hesitation, in the pause before someone says, "Are you sure?" Doubt from loved ones stings like a slow poison. It seeps in before you even notice its effect. At first you brush it off. You tell yourself they mean well, but then the questions start piling up. The cautious tones, the small remarks that plant uncertainty in your mind. You expected resistance from strangers, but from them, the ones you trusted, that's different. That pain runs deep, and it's okay to feel it, be hurt, to wonder why they don't see what you see. But here's the truth. Their doubt isn't about you, it's about them. Their fears, their limits, their inability to imagine a world beyond what they know. Pain is a choice, so is power. You can hold on to the hurt, or you can use it to propel yourself forward. The only real betrayal, letting their doubt stop you. This is the moment where you decide what happens next. Because doubt presents two choices. You either shrink under it, or you stand tall in spite of it. If you let their doubt define you, you'll shrink, you'll hesitate, you'll second guess yourself until their fears become your own. But if you use it as motivation, you'll rise, you'll push forward, not because they believe in you, but because you believe in yourself. Every success story has a moment like this, a defining moment where someone had to choose between surrendering to doubt or proving it wrong. So ask yourself, are you going to prove them right or prove yourself right? Because the truth is, their doubt only holds power if you give it permission to. They don't believe in you yet, but that's not your problem. Doubt is like fire. It can destroy you or forge you into something stronger. Look at the greats, the ones who changed the game. They weren't believed in at first. They were doubted, mocked, dismissed, and then they became unstoppable. So take every dismissive comment, every doubtful glance, every subtle hesitation, and turn it into fuel. Let it sharpen you, not break you. Because the real secret, the ones who doubt you today will be the same ones acting like they always believed in you tomorrow. Make sure they have something undeniable to believe in. Stop arguing, stop explaining, stop wasting energy trying to convince people who were never meant to see your vision. Instead, build, create, win, because success is the loudest silence. It doesn't beg for approval, it doesn't need permission. It simply exists, undeniable and unshakable. The ones who doubt you today, they'll be the same ones pretending. They always believe in you tomorrow. But by then, their words won't matter because you'll already be too far ahead to hear them. So don't talk, show. Let your results be the only response you ever need. What if I told you their doubt was the best thing that ever happened to you? Doubt is like gravity. It can hold you down or you can use it to build muscle as you push against it. Think about it. If no one ever questioned you, if no one ever second-guessed your dreams, would you push as hard? Would you fight for it the way you do now? Doubt forces you to sharpen your vision, to refine your skills, to become so good they have no choice but to notice. The people who doubted you, they gave you a gift, fuel, fire, a reason to keep going when most people would quit. So stop seeing doubt as an enemy. See it as your personal trainer, constantly pushing you past your limits, demanding more from you. Because every time someone says you can't, you get to respond, watch me. And that's power. Your mindset is like a thermostat. It sets the temperature for your success. If you set it too low, no matter how much effort you put in, you'll always settle back into mediocrity. But if you raise it, if you decide that average is unacceptable, then your actions will follow. You look at your life. What's your setting right now? Lukewarm? Comfortable? It's time to turn it up. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who refused to stay at the same level. They adjusted their internal settings and pushed past what felt normal, and you can do the same. Success isn't random, it's a pattern, and that pattern starts in your mind. So ask yourself, what temperature are you setting? And more importantly, are you willing to turn it up? Are you running towards success or just running away from their opinions? There's a difference. One is fueled by fear, the other by purpose. Forget proving them wrong. Forget making them eat their words. That's not the goal. The goal is proving yourself right every single day. Because success isn't about revenge, it's about mastery. About waking up, putting in the work, and knowing deep down that you are exactly who you said you would be. So stop looking back, stop keeping score. Focus forward. Focus on becoming so locked in, so dedicated to your growth that their doubt becomes irrelevant. This isn't about them, it never was, it's about you. Now go prove yourself right. Don't just sit with doubt, use it. Get to work. Every time someone questions your ability, every time your own mind whispers that you're not good enough, take that energy and turn it into action. Think of doubt as fuel. The more they give you, the farther you go. Step one, write it down. Whatever negativity is thrown at you, whether from others or your own thoughts. Don't just absorb it. Put it on paper, look at it, and turn it into a challenge. If they say you can't do it, prove them wrong. Step two, set a deadline. Action without urgency is wasted motion. Decide when you'll hit your goal, and then work backward. Break it down into daily steps, no matter how small. Every step forward is a step further from doubt. Step three, move. Right now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, because waiting for the perfect moment is just another excuse. The only way to silence negativity is to drown it out with results. Section is complete. Talk less, work more. People waste so much time explaining, arguing, and justifying, but explanations don't build success. Arguments don't create results. Justifications don't prove anything. The loudest people in the room are usually the ones doing the least. Your success is your response. Your growth is your revenge. While they talk, you execute. While they doubt, you move forward. While they wait for proof, you build it brick by brick. The truth is, words fade, they lose impact, but results last. People may doubt you now, but they won't be able to ignore you when your work speaks for itself. Success doesn't need an announcement. It doesn't need approval. It doesn't need a round of applause. It just needs you to show up, work, and let your actions do the talking. So the next time someone doubts you, don't explain, don't argue, don't try to convince them, just work. And when you succeed, they'll have no choice but to see it. Section is complete. Success is a chess game. Make the right moves and they'll have no choice but to watch you win. Step one, set ruthless goals. Not vague dreams, not someday wishes. Clear, measurable targets that leave no room for doubt. Numbers, deadlines, concrete benchmarks. If it's not written down and tracked, it doesn't count. Step two, stay relentlessly consistent. It's not about motivation, it's about discipline. Daily execution, repetition, doing the work. When no one's watching, when it's boring, when you don't feel like it. The difference between winners and losers isn't talent, it's consistency. Step three, cut the noise. Negative people, cut them out. Pointless debates, ignore them. Distractions, eliminate them. Every minute spent explaining yourself to doubters is a minute stolen from your own success. Protect your energy. Step four, outperform expectations. Show up early, deliver more than what's asked. Be so good they can't ignore you. Make it impossible for anyone to question your place at the top. Are you just dreaming about success or engineering it? Motivation is a matchstick. Discipline is a wildfire. Anyone can feel inspired for a day. Anyone can work hard when they're excited, but what happens when the excitement fades? What happens when the work feels boring, when progress is slow, when no one is cheering you on? That's when most people quit. And that's exactly why discipline separates the ones who dream from the ones who do. Are you willing to show up every day even when no one is watching? That's the real question. The ones who succeed aren't the ones who wait for motivation. They're the ones who build habits, stick to routines, and show up no matter what. Look at the greats. Michael Jordan didn't become the best because he felt inspired. He became the best because he practiced more than anyone else. Elon Musk didn't build his empire by waiting for the perfect moment. He worked through exhaustion, setbacks, and failures. Success isn't a one-time act. It's not a sprint. It's a grind. If you want to prove them wrong, you can't rely on feelings. You need a system, a routine, a standard you refuse to break. Because at the end of the day, motivation will fail you, but discipline Discipline will take you all the way. Section is complete. Enough talking. Build something so undeniable that even your doubters start taking notes. No more big speeches about what you're going to do. No more promises, no more explaining, just action. Let them talk while you work. Let them doubt while you build. Let them watch. Because one day, they won't be able to ignore what you've done. They'll realize they were wrong when it's too late to catch up. How do you silence doubt? By becoming undeniable. Not with words, not with promises, not with explanations, but with relentless action. The kind of action that leaves no room for argument. The kind of results that force even the biggest doubters to stop and take notice. Success isn't given, it's taken. Brick by brick, step by step. Every time you show up and do the work, you're laying another brick. Every time you push through when others quit, you're building something they can't deny. The question is, will you keep going when it gets hard? Will you keep building when no one is clapping? Forget waiting for recognition. Forget hoping for approval. The only way to shut down doubt is to work so relentlessly that your results speak for themselves. Be the person who doesn't just talk about it, be the one who executes day in and day out until there's nothing left to question. Section is complete. Are you working hard or just looking busy? Because there's a difference. The ones who succeed don't just put in hours. They make those hours count. They execute with precision. They move with purpose. They outwork expectations at every level. Step one, show up early, stay late. Effort beats talent when talent refuses to work hard. The extra hours you put in now will separate you later. Step two, master the fundamentals. The best aren't doing flashy moves. They're executing the basics better than anyone else. Excellence comes from ruthless repetition. Step three, do what they won't. The extra mile is empty for a reason. Most people stop when it's uncomfortable. Most people quit when it's inconvenient. That's where you gain the edge. Step four, track relentlessly. What gets measured gets improved. And if you're not tracking progress, you're not serious about winning. Discipline kills doubt, hard work shuts mouths. Put in the kind of effort that makes excuses irrelevant. Section is complete. Success is a game of endurance. The weak drop out, the relentless dominance. Most people don't fail because they aren't talented. They fail because they give up too soon. They stop when it gets tough. They back off when progress slows. They settle when things don't happen fast enough. That's why so few make it. The ones who rise above, they keep going when everyone else stops. They push through the pain, the boredom, the frustration. They understand that real progress isn't about how fast you move, it's about how long you can last. Keep pushing when they stop watching, that's when you win. Because while others take breaks, slow down, and second guess themselves, you'll still be moving forward. And by the time they realize what's happening, it'll be too late for them to catch up. Section is complete. Stop waiting, start building. Prove them wrong with results they can't ignore. No more excuses, no more overthinking, no more explaining why you haven't started. The only thing that matters now is execution. They expected you to stop, now show them what unstoppable looks like. They laughed, they whispered, now they watch. At first they dismissed you, they called your dreams unrealistic, they questioned your decisions, they waited for you to fail. But something happened, something they never expected. You didn't stop, you didn't fold, you kept pushing, kept building, kept proving them wrong, not with words, but with results. And now, the same ones who doubted you will ask how you did it. The ones who laughed are suddenly paying attention. The ones who ignored you are suddenly curious. That's the shift. That's the moment when doubt turns into admiration. But here's the truth, by the time they start watching, you won't be looking for their approval. Because the real victory wasn't changing their minds, it was becoming the person they never believed you could be. By the time they respect you, you won't care anymore. You once craved their approval, you wanted them to see your potential, to believe in you, to give you credit, but now it doesn't matter. Their doubt was fuel. Now you're miles ahead, and they're left in the dust. Success has a funny way of shifting your perspective. You thought proving them wrong would be the greatest victory, but the real win, realizing you never needed their validation in the first place. The satisfaction isn't in the recognition, it's in the work. It's in the grind, the growth, the mastery of your craft. Because the ones who truly win don't need applause, they don't need permission, they just keep going. And that's what makes them unstoppable. The section is complete. They bet against you, now you're the one setting the odds. Every struggle, every doubt, every setback, it all led to this. You fought through the failures, you've ignored the noise, you become something they never saw coming. This is the version of you they never believed in. the one who refused to quit, the one who turned pain into progress, the one who built something undeniable. You don't just prove them wrong, you prove yourself right. Section is complete. This isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of your next level. You didn't come this far just to stop. There's more to build, more to learn, more to conquer. The real power move isn't just winning, it's staying ahead. Stay focused, stay relentless, keep building a life they never saw coming. What will they say when your name comes up? Will they talk about how you almost made it? How you tried but didn't follow through? Or will they say your name with respect, knowing you built something that couldn't be ignored? Your legacy isn't built on opinions, it's built on results. It's built on the work you did when no one was watching, the sacrifices you made, the battles you fought in silence. They may forget what you said, they may forget what you planned to do, but they won't forget what you built. So ask yourself, when it's all said and done, how will they remember you? Section is complete. They never believed in you until they had no choice. Every doubt, every rejection, every setback, it all served a purpose. They thought they were breaking you, they were forging you. Doubt was the fire, you became the forge. Look back at every time they underestimated you, every time they said you wouldn't make it, every time they laughed. Those moments didn't stop you, they built you. The truth is, their doubt was the best gift they ever gave you. It forced you to work harder, to sharpen your mindset, to develop a level of resilience they could never match. You didn't just overcome their doubt, you used it. And now the same people who questioned you have no choice but to respect you. Section is complete. Let them doubt, let them smile, but make sure they watch you win. No more waiting, no more explaining, no more seeking approval. This is your moment to take control, to put in the work, to silence the noise. You know what needs to be done. Now go prove them wrong. Section is complete. You don't need their validation, you never did. You don't have to explain yourself, you don't have to convince anyone. You are the proof.